Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your March 2017 general readings. Welcome to everyone joining us here today, and welcome to any newcomers who may be with us for the first time. Thank you for continuing to watch and listen and follow my YouTube channel for those of you who do. And thank you for those of you who take the time to write in your comments and send such lovely support and feedback. Thank you also to those of you who continue to keep me so busy with personal one-on-one readings. It's a pleasure and an honor, as I always say and I always mean, to do personal readings for my clients. And also a note of gratitude to my regular clients for sending the consistent feedback on how those readings continue to play out in your lives. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can click on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage for more information and my email address, which is Maggie, the number one, McGuire at gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I do a variety of lengths of time of readings, 15 minutes up to an hour and a half, yearly overviews, personal readings based on your own specific questions, love and compatibility readings, as well as career, work, and finance readings as well, live and recorded. Current turnaround time for personal readings, which is a question I'm often asked, is anywhere from a couple of days upwards of 2 weeks. But since I do readings full time, I'm usually able to get back with you quite quickly and almost always schedule a reading within 2 weeks. So if you're interested, send me an email. We'd go from there. I'd be delighted to work with you. So moving right along, these are general readings and there's many of you watching. So of course they're not going to mean the same thing for everyone watching to the same degree or intensity. And you may find that if this is your primary sun sign, it may not resonate much with you at all. So if you know your rising and your moon sign, check those videos as well. You may find that they play out a little more predictively for you this month, or just give you additional bits of insight and clarity into what's going on in your life right now. So enough of the talk. Let's move right into the reading itself. This reading is for Libra, the air sign of Libra, for March 2017. What does the month of March 2017 have in store for the air sign of Libra? Librans, guidance, feedback, advice, and messages from Spirit for the air sign of Libra. What do the Librans need to know? What do they need to see? What do they need to hear? March 2017 for Libra. Okay, Libra, let's begin. We begin with the Devil, followed by the Two of Cups. Next to that, we have the Knight of Cups, followed by the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Cups in reverse, followed by the Seven of Wands, the Star, followed by the Six of Wands. What a fabulous way to end the month. And from the bottom of the deck, as your crowning card, overall energy and advice, we have the Eight of Cups. So I'm using the Gilded Tarot deck by artist Libra Marchetti, the one I use most often in general readings. And I'm drawing 8 cards for the month, 2 cards for each week, time being somewhat fluid, as I always say, with an additional 9th card from the bottom of the deck representing overall energy and advice. So Libra, let's begin. We find ourselves at the beginning of March 2017 with the energy of the Devil, followed by the Two of Cups. So the Devil is a major arcana card, significant, profound energies, and it represents imbalance, significant, profound imbalance, the scales being way out of whack, too much attention and focus in one area to the detriment and exclusion of other areas. It can represent addictions like drugs, alcohol, gambling, shopping, sex, work, etc. It can represent in relationships, unhealthy relationships, too much neediness, obsessiveness, basically imbalance, things being out of balance, disharmony. Now, the Devil is accompanied by the Two of Cups, which is water energy here, which is the element that governs the suit of Cups. Cups is all about our feelings and emotions, relationships and loves. Love. It's basically all different kinds of relationships and all different kinds of love, but basically our emotional landscape. The Two of Cups is traditionally considered the soulmate card. This would represent soulmate, twin flame, kindred spirit, more than just chemical and physical attraction. This is a meeting of the mind, the heart, the soul, the spirit, kind of seeing life through the same lenses, viewing things with a lot of the same outlooks and perceptions. This can be soulmates, not just in love and romance. This could be a best friend, a very close family member. And work, career, and finance, this could be finding your perfect job. At its most fundamental definition, the Two of Cups represents a beautiful union on a variety of levels. Um, but I'm getting for the majority of you that this is more relationship oriented, and the nature of that relationship or how you apply it depends on how it resonates for those of you watching. Again, it's going to mean different things for different people because it's a general reading. But it looks like we're ending February and going into March with some imbalance in a very significant relationship. For some of you, for a lot of you, that's going to be your primary partner relationship. It looks like there's imbalance. Some of you may have recently kind of gone through a breakup or an estrangement. You may be separated from your partner. You may be going through like a very difficult fight or argument of some kind. For some of you, this could mean an abusive relationship or just an unhealthy relationship of some kind. Now, next to that, we have the energy of the Knight of Cups, followed by the Ten of Pentacles. And for some of you, I'm getting some of you, this could be a relationship, particularly since your overall energy is the Eight of Cups, which is walking away. Some of you may be in the middle of or just coming out of a breakup with someone where you've walked away from a significant relationship in your life. Again, for a lot of you, I feel like it's the primary partnership in your life, but for others, it could be a different relationship. But I think a lot of you may be walking away from that. Some of you, I'm getting actually a family connection in this relationship, so be interesting to hear the feedback on this. Hmm. Okay, so next to that, we have the Knight of Cups with the Ten of Pentacles. So more emotional energy here. Knights are the bringers of the tarot, the deliverers of the tarot. They can also represent the speed at which a situation moves. But they typically represent something being brought to you, an offer, an offering, or an opportunity of some kind. So the Knight of Cups would represent an offer that is emotional in nature. It could be somebody bearing their heart to you or you to somebody else, an offer of love or of emotional support of some kind too. I feel like for a lot of you, this is a supportive card. And again, for some of you, this may not be there may be some kind of imbalance in your life, but you're going through it with your significant partner as well. Meaning that your significant partner may not be the source of the imbalance, but you're going through it with your partner. It could be something that the two of you are going through together as a couple. So here we have offers and opportunities of love, emotional support. For some of you, this may be your significant other, your partner. Telling you something, bearing their heart to you, expressing their feelings to you, or maybe their feelings about something which you weren't aware of before. That Knight of Cups is paired with the Ten of Pentacles. Here we have Earth energy, which is the element that governs the suit of Pentacles. So it's a very earth-driven element, solidity, stability, sense of continuity, reassurance. Tens represent the end of a cycle, the coming full circle of something. The Ten of Pentacles in money and finance and business would represent. There's a strong energy of home and family with this, so it could be family money, family business, family estate. It represents a pretty high level of financial prosperity or material or physical comforts, but something which has roots, which is long lasting. If this is business, it would represent, the kind of business that's not only very successful, but one that's very well established that you could hand down to your children's. In relationship and spiritual matters, this would represent, again, a sense of safety, solidity, a very strong, deeply rooted relationship that will likely last a long time, if not be a lifelong relationship. So again, for some of you, I feel like for a, I feel like for a lot of you, Some of you may be walking away from relationship or having a really difficult time within your primary relationship, and you're getting you have, it looks like a lot of you have support and reassurance from someone around you. Someone around you is offering to be there for you, or is actually going through something with you, offering to be there for you as you go through it to kind of help lighten the load. For some of you, the person who is providing you this beautiful love and emotional support is your soulmate. And the whole foundation of this is based on a very deep rooted sense of love and family. Some of you Some of you, you are going through a situation with your significant partner, with your significant other, your soulmate. Some of you it looks like you've been going through a very difficult situation with your partner. And for some of you, I feel like the source of conflict is family oriented, either his family or your family. There may be some disapproval of this relationship in general, which is where the imbalance and harmony is coming from. But the two of you are committed to going through it together. Like nothing is going to be breaking the two of you up. For others of you, again, the source of it, the source of the imbalance and the disharmony is within your primary relationship, and you are walking away from that, but it looks like you're doing it with the support of either really good friends or family, or a combination of both of those. Now, next to that, we have the energy of the Six of Cups in reverse, followed by the Seven of Wands. So the Six of Cups in reverse, the Six of Cups is primarily a card associated with the past, nostalgia, reminiscence, looking back. It can represent travel to the past as well, childhood, family, roots of origin, where you grew up, how you grew up. It can also represent uh, a time where you felt, a time like the time we experienced in childhood, a time where you felt a lot more carefree and not as burdened and concerned with the worries that you have today. But I feel like for a lot of you, this is issues around your past or issues around family as well. I'm getting the distinctive message that there is some issues with somebody's family in regards to your soulmate or your choice of partnership. There's a lot, for some reason, it's caused some family upheaval. Your family not approving. It could be your family or your partner's family. Really kind of feeling a lot of disapproval and criticism about your choice of partner or your partner's choice for you. One of your families, really feeling like you're coming from two different worlds, your family base or your family system saying you guys don't belong together, you come from two different worlds, this relationship will never last. But it looks like the two of you are committed to going through it. As it is for some of you, some of you are having difficulties within your primary relationship, but the two of you are on the same path in terms of forging ahead and trying to get healing. Some of you may be in therapy or counseling moving forward, and you're trying to resolve issues around your past. Could be issues around your childhood or issues from your past. And the advice is to let go of those issues around your past. And for those of you who are having difficulties within your family system in connection with your partner, or their family system in connection with the two of you being together, there's I feel like for the time being, you need to create separation, set very clear boundaries there. That Six of Cups is paired with the Seven of Wands, fire energy, which is the element that governs the suit of wands. It's a very dynamic, action oriented suit, creating, building, manifesting, change, movement, power. That's the energy of the suit of wands. The Seven of Wands is primarily a defensive card. It's a card, it can represent sometimes being too defensive, too guarded about something, but it can also represent standing by something you believe in, standing up for something or someone you believe in, refusing to back down, refusing to compromise or negotiate past what you're comfortable with because it's so important to you, because you have so much invested in it, which is what this man is doing. He's standing in front of the door to his home, his castle, his keep, whatever it is that he feels so invested in. Here, I feel like it's the relationship. Uh, for some of you, and he's guarding it, protecting it, defending it, refusing to back down or to leave it because of how much he has invested in it and how important it is to him. So again, this is where the story is going to split off a variety of different ways because there's so many of you watching. For some of you, it's his or her family kind of creating difficulties and disharmony within your relationship, or it's either your family or your partner's family is causing a lot of disruption in your relationship itself. And I feel like the advice here for healing is to create distance for a while, to create a very distinct boundary line. For some of you, you're going through a difficult breakup or a separation, walking away from a primary partnership, and it is you do have a family or supportive system around you. They are your primary support person. Some of you who are in a partnership who's having difficulty in that partnership and are going but are both committed to kind of working it out and seeing it through, there are some issues either around your family or issues from the past that you're being advised to let go of, to not be so defensive. Again, to let go of those issues. It's time to kind of put the past in the past, because it feels like some of you may be using that, or your partner may be using that as a form of like a circular argument within your relationship, whatever that means to somebody out there. Now we end the month at or towards the end of March 2017, going into April with the energy of the star paired with the Six of Wands. It's a beautiful way to end. Very positive, very hopeful. The star card is a major arcana card. It's a card primarily of hope and faith. Hope and faith. It's one of the wish fulfillment cards of believing that the path in front of you ultimately leads to your joy and fulfillment, even if you can't really see too far ahead on the path. It's a card of feeling very connected to whatever your source of divinity is, God, your spirit, your angels and guides, and trusting in that connection, trusting that they have your joy and fulfillment as the ultimate goal and the ultimate purpose for you, and trusting that the path that you're on is leading to that, is full of happiness, trusting in the promise of the path that you're on as it unfolds. Again, even if it's not clear, it's just a card of having hope and faith that the path you're walking is the one that you're meant to be on, and trusting that you will be provided with what you need when you need it, which is what the woman is in this card is doing. She's completely emptying her reserves of water out into this body of water she's kneeling in. She's completely emptying them out in perfect faith and confidence that her pitchers will be restored when she needs them to, because she trusts that the source is limitless, trusting that there's a plan, trusting that this is divine timing and orchestration, that you're where you're at for a reason, and that everything is unfolding for a reason, and that the path in front of you, even if it doesn't feel like it at the present time, is one of happiness and fulfillment. You're ultimately to your joy and healing and reconciliation as well, trusting in that. Now, the star is paired with the Six of Wands, which is a card of victory, triumph, happiness. It can also represent public recognition as well. You can see this man is riding back into town, and I say back because he went off to do something. Otherwise, why are they cheering and giving him praise and accolades? He went off to do something. He was successful. So he's riding back into town triumphantly. The banners are waving. He's dressed in his finest. His horse is prancing, and he's being recognized for all of his efforts and for his success as well. I really love this combination of cards, Libra, at the end of March for you. It represents that you're going to get through, I think, what for some of you looks like a challenging time within or with or because of a primary relationship, whatever the nature of that relationship is, whatever side of yourself of this story you find yourself on, trusting that that the opportunities, the support, where you feel the decisions you feel are right for you to take, even though they may be difficult decisions for you, are the right ones. That where you feel you're being led is the right path. Trusting in divine timing and orchestration, and trusting in restoration and healing. Now, your overall energy, your crowning card is the Eight of Cups. This is a card of leaving behind that which you find ultimately disappointing and disillusioning, which is what this man has done. He's made up his mind decisively to turn his back on what these cups represent. And again, because it's a general reading, there's a lot of you watching. What these cups represent are going to vary and vary in degrees as well. But at its foundation, these cups represent something that has either run its course and it's time for him to leave them behind, or they represent something he thought in the beginning was going to turn out one way and it's turned out to be something different. It's not where his joy and fulfillment lies, so he has made his decision to turn his back and walk away. He may not be entirely, and you, Libra, may not be entirely certain of the direction he's walking in. But one thing that he knows for sure, that the decision to separate himself from this is the right one for him to do, and trusting in that. So it's leaving behind that which is possibly harmful for you, this source of imbalance. And for some of you, this could be literally, because the devil does sometimes represent conventional addictions, drugs and alcohol. Some of you may be going through that with the support of your partner and families, and you're on the right path. Some of you may be helping a partner or a very close soulmate, kindred spirit go through this as well. There may be a small portion of you for whom that resonates as well. But I feel quite strongly, whatever it is, those of you who are leaving it behind, you're meant to. This is for your greater good, or even if you're in the supportive role. Um, Again, divine timing and orchestration is strongly at play here. And I love that you end the month with so much hope and faith and peace and restoration, trusting in the path that you're walking, trusting that. Oh, I just got that some of you are walking away and it's very difficult, but you're doing the right thing. You're on the right path, Libra. Yeah, there's a variety of different stories here. So Libra, that pretty much wraps up your March 2017 reading so far. I hope you have enjoyed it, or if not enjoyed it, at least found it useful and informative. I hope it's brought some clarification and a bit of insight to those of you watching for whom it resonated. I thank you very much for watching. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the March 2017 mid-month readings. And again, if any of you are interested in any personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on that little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage, and feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I will see you all again in a few weeks for the mid-month readings. And until then, Libra, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Thanks so much, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.